What's up, Andy? Oh, goodness. How is everybody doing this morning? What's up, CJ? How you doing, man? Man, I'm doing all right. Just kind of hanging out. I think today's podcast is just going to be kind of a chill and hang out kind of deal. I had some stuff go awry. And got caught with the pants down again, so I think we're just going to chill out today. Just kind of chat it up and do that thing. CJ, come on now. You act like you did something on Saturday. What was the final score of your game on Saturday, CJ? That championship? This music is straight banging in my headphones. Is it too loud? Is it like overpowering my voice? Because I feel like it is. What's up, Adam? How you doing this morning? Go ahead and change the title of the podcast to just chatting. Trying not to work. Yeah, I just got done working, so I got my 8 hours in for the day. So anything after that's a bonus, right? Yeah, Eric, I'll text you about it in a little bit. You might as well go back to bed, brother. If anybody's got any topics or anything they want to talk about, we totally can. Or I can even fire up the phone line. I can mess with that and get that going, so people can call in some questions, and we can even do that. I'm literally up for whatever today. CJ, that sucks. 15-4, especially seeing how you guys were rolling through the day there. It's sucks to see it end like that for sure. Oh, goodness. Did anybody play ball this weekend besides CJ? What did everybody do this weekend? I'm sorry, guys. This is going to be a pretty dry one. See if I can't dig up something. Can't go back through the old channel's videos because we did that last week. Man, I wish Gabe was here. So we're driving to Kansas City on Saturday, and like I get really sucked into just like random. I have an iPhone, and like it has like suggested Apple News, whatever it is, and I always get kind of sucked into some of the dumber stories that are on there. And I'm scrolling through and I see this one. It says, "Dude," the caption of the article was something like, "Owner of cat reunited after 15 years," and I was sucked in immediately, just like, what the hell? Who recognizes a cat from 15 years ago? So I get sucked into reading this thing. I'm only telling you guys this because I got sucked into reading it, so you guys can get sucked into listening to it. So, dude had the cat when it was a kitten. He had it microchipped, and he let it outside, and it never came back. And then whatever happened through the years, this cat ended up at a shelter. They checked it for a chip, and it had one. The dude hadn't changed his phone number. He gets reunited with his kitty cat after 15 years. That is a Florida man type story. Yes, Eric. Yeah, it's always something wild. Adam, what do we got coming next? So, still waiting on some new stuff from Headbanger to get going with that. I've been filming some Throwback Thursday stuff. Gonna have the Combat Antivirus. Gonna have the Worth Resmondo Titan. Working on breaking that in a little bit more just to kind of illustrate what they're like when they're broken in. It was brand new in the wrapper when I got it, so just been breaking that in. I put some swings on that yesterday. And then I do have the the Mic and Revex from, gosh, I think what year was that? 2012 maybe? And that is a new stamp, and that's kind of like my number one rule when it comes to Throwback Thursdays is like only old stamp bats. But I've been dying to try one of those for so long that I went ahead and picked it up anyway. So I'll review that stuff and then sell it. And hopefully I got myself like a little budget set aside for the Throwback Thursday bats. So once I get those done, then I've got one more that I bought and turned out it was cracked. So I don't even know if it's going to last long enough for a video. So I'm not real sure what to do there. I thought about just swinging it and sending it. But I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. Because I kind of want to save it too. It's a sentimental thing. I don't want to talk about it just in case I don't get a chance to do a video on it. But I got myself a little budget set aside for Throwback Thursday bats. So I'll finish up the Combat, finish up the Resi Titan, get the Revex going, and then sell those and hopefully get some more coming. Should be having, let's see. I take that back. I do have a couple of the Fab 4 series that I'm going to be doing shooting a review on. I've already got the Helmer done. And then I think that I'll be doing the Clark here pretty soon too. The 2021 Fab 4 series from Eason. That is the 2012 stamp, the old 220 stamp. I don't know what brands are going to do for 220 stamps this year as far as like how many they're going to put out or anything else. I think Eason might be the only one. But even if some of the other brands do start putting out some of the 220s, I might swing a few of them. But my main focus this year is the 240s. Even though it's not necessarily what we have to swing. It's something new. It's something different. And it's just kind of a nice change of pace because the U-Trip stuff is all just so good. Like it's damn near like swinging the same thing with different feedback every time. It's just nice. It's a nice change of pace to go to the 240s. I think I'm going to mix in some senior reviews this year. And I do like Eric's idea of maybe like just doing some metal bats too. Like maybe like a metal bat comparison of like a Walmart metal bat and, you know, whatever the Cyclone, Easton Cyclone or whatever horrendous piece of junk there is. And then like a quality metal bat, like what is it? The DeMarini Windy City or whatever. No, that's a clincher bat. I'm not very familiar with the metal bats. I think DeMarini makes like a white steel or something like that they used to. Just kind of mess around with some of that stuff just to see like, yeah, it's metal, but there are leagues that require metal. So, you know, it'd be nice to at least get a little bit of content on that because it'd be just nice for the sake of my experimentation and also the people that do need to see reviews on something like that. I know, Chris, I haven't tried the 2021 Salvo yet. I don't know. I haven't really been keeping up with the Eastons like I should be with any of the bats, really. I'm just kind of sitting around waiting on the 240s to drop right now. So I have thought about maybe this year just to kind of stretch content out maybe a little bit. I don't know. I feel like it might be a hit or miss kind of thing. Instead of putting Eric, we were trying to be serious. Eric's hitting useless trivia. A year ago today, you played your last softball game. Man, that's crazy. I see some states are starting to open up. Does that mean you guys are going to have softball soon out there in California? But I am thinking about doing something different with the reviews, at least for a handful of bats, just for a change of pace, and actually like putting 300 to 400 swings on a bat and then updating the review. I know like I do updates on stuff sometimes, but doing more updates, or maybe even it would be, the video might be a little bit longer. You know, I could do like a longer video of, you know, the bat when it's new, the bat at 100 swings, the bat at 200 swings, and do it that way. Or I could do an initial review and an update. So we got options there. So I haven't decided what I want to do, if I want to do that yet. I thought it wouldn't be a bad idea. Just kind of trying to mix things up and do a little bit of change of pace. What up, Dave Murphy? How you doing, man? Sent you a message, Eric. Just so you can know what you got out of bed to miss. Adam, what you got for throwbacks? You gonna do any throwbacks on the Fat Guy BP channel? Yeah, Eric, that is true. Sometimes with the longer videos, I do lose people's attention spans. So I kind of try to cater to that a little bit at times. I know this year some of the videos were a little bit longer, but some of that had to do with the lab stuff in there too. And I just did a lot of talking. I found myself doing a lot of talking and doing a lot of rambling at times, so that kind of stretched the video out. But it seemed like as long as it was relevant and pertinent information that I'm rambling with, that it seemed to kind of hold the viewer's attention a little bit better. But for the most part, I can retain a viewer for about 3.5 to 4 minutes is what the numbers tell me. I mean, there's a lot of people. I'm just as guilty of it when it comes to watching any kind of other product review, because I'm, believe it or not, I'm real big on like doing research and like reading about stuff until my eyes bleed before I buy something expensive. And I'm very guilty of just skipping to what I need to see and then moving on. So I'd say that's where, you know, some of the shorter attention spans come in, because I do know a lot of you guys do watch the video from beginning to end. And I do appreciate that more than you can understand. Adam says he's a throwback. You nerd. Dave, you got league going on, or are you going to do tournaments, or just softball in general? I am going to play some league this year. Starting league. I don't know when it starts. Signing up to play Thursdays there in Columbia, so I'm looking forward to that. Playing with some friends of mine from way back in the day, so be looking forward to that. Just kind of a nice change of pace to get together with some of them guys and get some league swings in. Maybe even do a little bit of league vlog. We'll see what's going on. It depends on the group that we'll have on the team. The guy running the team, me and him kind of go back a few years, quite a few years, kind of back to the softball fans days. I don't know who I have on the team. I try not to do a lot of filming around people that aren't really necessarily comfortable with it or unsure about it. So I may try and make it work, or just to kind of feel out who's on the team and what we got for that. But some late night stuff would be kind of cool. Sometimes it gets tough though, because I go play League and then go to work at midnights. Like if I play the 8 o'clock game, I'll go play it and then go to work. The nice thing about that is they do have showers at work, so I can go. The last game is at 9 o'clock, so it's over at 10. I don't have to clock into work until 11:30, so I've got plenty of time to leave the ballpark, get across town. It's like a 20-minute drive, and get there and get cleaned up and kind of get myself situated for my night at work, so that'll be nice. Yeah, Eric, that's a good idea, doing a day in the life of the BP hero. I'd like to do that on a day like I do a podcast. I thought that'd be kind of cool. Like, start the day with the podcast and then like go out and do some BP and, just kind of what the day consists of. Or maybe even just, doing a regular day like today. Like today, I'm going to podcast and then I got to go to the post office and ship a few things. I'm going to ship some bats and maybe a hat or two if you guys decide to buy one before I go to the post office. What do you think, huh? So then I got to go do that, come home, do a little bit of food prep, and then try and be in bed. I try to be in bed on this day, just with the podcast and everything else. Like, I try and be in bed around 11:30-ish. I don't always hit that number spot on, but I try and be in bed around 11:30-ish, and my wife will let me sleep to about 6, and I'll get up, kind of hang out with the fam and do the thing, work out, do dinner and all that stuff, and then really just kind of hang out. I may lay back down, just it kind of depends on what time I go to bed, but it's not too eventful. But if I know I'm vlogging, I can always make it a point to do some eventful stuff too. The weather's getting super nice, so maybe I can get the old man's Corvette out and take you guys for a drive in it. I thought that'd be pretty cool. My guy Mitchell, he's got a pretty sick little GTO. Maybe we can go for a ride in it. Maybe we'll do some car reviews on the side, since the weather's getting nice outside. My dad's got a 64 Corvette and a 78 Corvette that he just bought. And Mitchell's got a pretty badass little GTO. I mean, who's not here for some good old for some good old car reviews too, right? So that would be fun. I know my dad bought the 64. Let's see if I can find a picture of that. I mean, I'm sitting here just blabbing. Why not, right? So, my dad bought a 64 Corvette last year. Let's see if I can find it. I got a picture of it somewhere. And then this winter, he just... Ow. So he bought a 64 Corvette, and then just like out of the blue this winter, he bought a 78. And it was kind of a sketchy little car. The 64 they bought is numbers matching, all original, 40,000 mile car. It's actually kind of a unique thing. It even was in what was it, Super Chevy magazine, I think. I'd have to look and see again to double check. Basically just talking about being a barn find. It's kind of funny because the barn find story doesn't match up with the story of the dude that we bought the car from on eBay, but it is what it is. The deal is done now. It's over with. And Dad kind of got the shit end of the stick on the deal, especially for what he paid for the car. But nonetheless, he's extremely happy with the car. It's all numbers matching, 327 4-speed, original paint, original everything. So that's pretty cool. He takes it out, and dude, he drives it everywhere. I'm talking everywhere. I bet he put probably 2,000 miles on that car in half a summer. Yeah, and for a guy that just bangs around town, that's driving a lot. I mean, every time everybody always says, "Oh, I saw your dad on the Corvette today." But then he bought the 78, and it's kind of a hoopty. I was like, "Dad, what are you doing here?" I said, "What are you gonna do in this Corvette?" He goes, "Everything. My dad's wild. Y'all gotta meet my dad." I asked him, so what are you going to do in this car? He goes, everything I won't do in the 64. So Lord only knows what we're in for with that one. That car is going to wish it was in a scrapyard somewhere before he gets done with it. So let's see. How can I not find that picture now? Here we go. So do this, and then I'll do... Thought I would. Oh, come on, you piece of junk. Why does it always do this? Why does my stuff... Maybe I should just, like, have it ready. Instead of assuming that it's going to be ready. That would probably be pretty helpful for you guys. I can even get it to... cap for me. Okay, forget it. Let's do this. Oh man, let's see. Remove, yes. There. Jeez. What a disaster. We're gonna have to start making sure that stuff is ready so we don't have to make you guys endure that. But there's Old Faithful 64 convertible. He does have he ended up buying a rag top for it. He actually got in contact with the original owner. This car's got a pretty unique story. This car used to belong to I can't remember. It's somebody very significant within Chevrolet. This car used to belong to. Dad actually got in touch with some family of the original owner, and it's kind of crazy the whole story. If I decide to do a video on this car, I'll have him tell the story. It's kind of crazy how it all worked out. But he actually tried tracking down the original wheels for it and the rag top. And long story short, the owner of the car from the barn find that they had it when it was sitting in the barn. When they sold the car, they were told it was going to be something specific was going to be done with it as kind of the reason that the owner let the car go, only to find out that they were lied to and somebody just ended up flipping the car. So who knows what happened to the wheels and top, that the rag top that came with the car. And it did have a hard top that came with the car, but it was not the original one. But Dad had it refinished to match the car and had it painted and had it basically a flat coat of clear put on it. So it all matches. You can't even tell it's not the original top. It even matches like the patina of the paint. So that's pretty cool. And he ended up getting a rag top and getting it redone and everything. It's this car is sick, man. I love cars. I'm a big car nut, for those that don't know, or maybe haven't heard me talk about it. Like I absolutely love cars. My dad was a mechanic since he was 14, and I've always grown up around cars, fast cars, a little bit of big trucks. I mean, I've been around it all. I had some friends that were very involved. I should say friends. My friend's dad, when I was a kid, he was very involved in drag racing. We spent, I couldn't tell you how many weekends at the drag strip. He's actually on a little bit of Street Outlaws now. He makes a few appearances on there, so that's pretty damn cool. You know, I get people say, hey, man, this guy's from the town where you grew up. And I'll say, oh, yeah, I know that dude. I know a lot about that dude. Dude is 8 plumb up, too. That's pretty cool, but love me some cars. Love me some cars. Chat quit working, or did y'all quit talking? Maybe I was just blabbing and y'all got bored. Because I will say I did quite a bit of talking for one statement. It ended up leading to a lot of things. All right. Ooh, that is a random question. How many BP balls do I have? I would say I haven't counted them in a long time, just because I don't care that much. But I would bet even a short number would be 120. I've got two. I may be closer to, maybe that number may be close to like 150 or 160. If my guy Brian, my BP partner, is watching, maybe he'll chime in and see what he thinks. But I've got two big like military like backpacks, like the big military duffel bags like you throw over your shoulder. I've got two of those just absolutely plumb full of softballs. We got everything in there. We got 52s, we got 44s, we got classic M's, all of the evil variety, of course, because I love me some evil balls. But I did get, Evil doesn't offer Pro M's, so I did get me some Deadly ZN Pro M's to throw in the mix as well, since a lot of people are going to be hitting Pro M's this year. I figured it'd be kind of useful to get some Pro M's to do reviews with, just because people are going to have the questions. Pro M is a damn good ball. It is a really good ball. And, you know, people are going to have questions. How's it hit this ball? How's it hit that ball? And that's why I know it kind of drives people crazy that, like, I hit my U-Trip bats with ASA balls in the video sometimes. But, you know, I try to do that for my Canada guys. And, you know, a lot of people around here that hit 52 300s in these smaller tournaments where you can swing just about anything you want. And there are places that use 52s and U-Trip as well. It's just kind of covers all the bases. I like doing that. Yeah, Adam, balls are expensive. It's, dude, it is not cheap. I wish that I was able to help you guys out and get you guys some good prices on the Evil balls, but they're just hardly... Balls are so expensive to manufacture. They're expensive to import and everything else. There's just not a lot of room for margin there. So that is kind of a bummer. But if you do get a chance to pick up some Evil BP balls or some 52 pluses, I highly recommend it. And yeah, CJ, the Pro M is absolutely stupid. It was absurd this past weekend watching some of the people hit the Pro M. Dude, I mean, it was good. Of course, we were... I believe Brian was just throwing in classic M's and Pro M's, but dude, you could tell, like on some of the longer home runs, you could just tell, man, that was a Pro M. But being as cold as it was, though, I mean, it really didn't matter. Classic M, Pro M, it's all hard as a rock when it's 50 degrees, and the guys hit them really well last weekend. Were you guys hitting Pro M, CJ, or were you just hitting, kind of doing the same thing, just mixed bag or whatever? Yeah, Mike, the 52 pluses are hard to come by. Just having some manufacturing, supply and demand kind of issues with the supplier. The problem is they're selling out. They're getting them in and they're selling out the second they get them in. Oh yeah, Jordan. Yeah, I was at Marty Ball hanging out this weekend. There, majority of the day, we had like the first round of games of the day. I think our last game finished up at like, I want to say it was a little after 9 o'clock, if I remember right, because we ended up, me and Gabe hauled ass to Raising Cane's before we left town. Love that place. And we kind of came to the conclusion, is Cane's sauce better than Chick-fil-A sauce? Is it though? Orange Shadow says, with the 2019 Wild Fireflex and the 2019 Fireflex 2 the same bat, I had the Wild and my buddy might have the Fireflex 2 and the Wild was way hotter, even though the Wild says it uses FF2 tech. So I'll be honest with you, when it comes to Easton saying this bat has OG Fireflex tech, this bat has Fireflex 2 technology, this bat has Fireflex 4 technology, I'm not, besides the original stuff, the only thing I ever noticed was the original stuff actually had a little bit of a break-in period to it. And everything else is I'm trying to use the right words here. Everything else feels damn near the same. The Fireflex 3, the Fireflex 4, or whatever the hell technology they want to say. To me, it seems like it all breaks in damn near the same, which is really, really fast. The OG, like I said, needs swings, but the rest of it breaks in stupid fast. Would be, in my opinion, the only difference. If one bat is way better than the other, there could be a lot of variables that go into that. Excuse me, could be the swings that you've been putting on them, could be a million variables, but for the most part, those two bats should perform exactly the same, all variables considered. Yeah, CJ, the Pro-Ams did get hit into the lake. If somebody had a way to dry out some softballs, they could go get them things out of the lake and make some decent money reselling them. I know that it can be kind of a trick at times to get the moisture back out of the cover of a ball because it takes on the moisture sitting in the water, but somebody could get in a boat. There's a field there, and I think there's a couple fields with ponds behind it, if I remember correctly. And I'd be willing to bet there was probably close to 24 balls just not even at the end of the night. Just when I went out to go for home run balls after, I think it was the game we played Little Dixie. We had some downtime there, so I went and picked up home run balls. Dude, I mean, the whole other side of that pond was just lined with softballs. But there wasn't no point in going to get them because they'd all been sitting in the water. And yeah, Mike, the Raising Cane's is the bomb. It is life-changing, Jordan. That toast with the sauce. Oh, man, it's so good. I got the chicken sandwich. It wasn't bad, but I always go, I got to get the tenders too. I tried the sandwich for the first time, but it did give me some tenders as a backup, and I'm glad I did. And really, all they sell is it's kind of like Chick-fil-A in a way. All they really sell is chicken. They sell the chicken sandwich, and then they sell chicken tenders. And their chicken tenders are just absurd. They're so good. I think the reason that the cane sauce is so good, I have the theory. The reason the cane sauce is so good, in my opinion, is because it's served cold and the chicken is so freaking hot. Would be the reason I think the cane sauce just hits the spot a little better than the Chick-fil-A sauce does sometimes. But seeing that sauce makes me think of, I made some of my own Taco Bell quesadilla sauce a while back. You know, like the sauce they have in the quesadillas and that kind of thing. I actually made some of my own and made homemade quesadillas. Maybe we'll do some cooking videos. Just trying to think of filler content. Maybe that could be part of the vlog. Cooking a fire meal or something like that. If my guy Snacks is watching, that dude can crank out some crazy food. And he's going to come to my house and he's going to cook me some food one of these days and we're going to record it, whether he wants to or not. I've been telling him he's missing out on a YouTube channel. So we're going to put him on YouTube and see what he thinks. Oh, yeah, dude. You can totally sub the slaw for the extra toast. I always do. I'm not a coleslaw guy. I never have been. It's a consistency thing. I don't know. It just can't jive with it. There's some people that love coleslaw, but I am not one of them. A 2-hour wait? That's insane. That is insane. But I tell you, if you was just going to be sitting at home on the couch, here's how I look at stuff like that. If you were just going to be sitting at home on the couch, thumbing through your phone, you can do that in the car waiting on some chicken, you know? Yeah, Eric, cooking with the BP Hero. It'll be something. I tell you what, you can see how this physique of greatness was built. Hey, Adam, if you're still here, check your phone. Closest to you is 300 miles away. Do you ever go that direction, Eric? Could you justify going a little further out of the way for the trip? Because I know one thing. Is it Rallies is real big on the West Coast? Is that right, Eric? Some kind of little burger place. I can't remember what it was. But it's real popular out that way. I know In-N-Out is another one. I think it's kind of like Rallies maybe. I have neither had Rallies nor In-N-Out. Yeah, I've never had either one. I've only had White Castle a handful of times. I'm not a big White Castle fan either, by the way. Just doesn't do it for me. What's everybody got planned for the weekend? Is anybody playing ball anywhere? Do anything dope? The weather has been so beautiful. We get outside and do something. I just don't know what yet. They put out at work there's going to be no mandatory overtime this weekend. So I am totally going to go outside and do something this weekend. Maybe I'll vlog this weekend. When I don't have anything going on and don't have anywhere to be. Yeah, so Jordan, I think what I'm going to do, I don't mind sitting here kind of chatting with you guys, doing that kind of thing. But I do know that some people come here for softball content, and like there's hardly any of it today. So if you want to be honest, I'm probably going to kind of shut this off here, probably another 10 or 15 minutes. I'm going to run to the post office really fast, and then I'm going to come home and fire up some Warzone for a little bit. Just kind of, we'll call it I'll even title the stream the podcast after party. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stream some Warzone and just kind of hang out for a little bit and do that, because I don't know, I had kind of this part of my morning blocked out to be on the computer and doing that kind of thing. So yeah. So I'm gonna stick to that and go from there. Freddie J got a compact port in G3 ASA, which I used for the early part of the season because of weather in Chicago. Is it better to break it into? So hitting that portant, really and honestly, 44s wouldn't be bad. I wouldn't hit 44s in the cold with it, but dude, those bats are stupid and they sound so good. They damn near sound like a wood bat. Let's see if I can find. You know what? We're sitting here just killing time. Why not see if we can find? I got a video of a combat portant somewhere. I think it sounds like a freaking wood bat. I can't get in trouble for watching my own YouTube videos. So let's see. Pause that. Bring this over here. Shut that down. Click that there. Stupid ads. Who puts ads in their videos anyway? Y'all better be watching them, by the way. Oh god, not two though. We can't do two in a row. That's ridiculous.
TurboTax Free Edition is free.
Oh man, this was so bad. That's the port in there. It's Gabe hacking away with it. I'm not sure if I swung this or not. This is OG right here. God, what year is this? Listen to that thing. That is nuts. That's hitting 52s. That thing sounds like that. What year was this? 2014. Man, that's there's some OG stuff right there. That's crazy. So this was like, I bought a camera way like 2011 or some shit like that. I was going on a couple trips. I wanted to take a camera for some pictures, and like, oh, this will be cool. And this is when I decided to start doing a little bit of like filming and stuff. And I decided to start using this camera for that, thinking like, oh yeah, it's a good camera. It's going to be cool, right? And, God, listen to that thing. I thought I was doing it, man. This old turd camera. I think I still got that thing somewhere. But I didn't have a clue, how to set it up. Like Gabe's swings were looking into the sun. I didn't know how to set the camera right. I was very naive. I was also very skinny. Shout out looking at videos that make you feel bad. But this is the same field, actually, that you guys see now that I hit on where the turf is. This is the local high school field, and this whole thing is turf now. But I used to like doing these little mix videos like this. I'll tell you what, say something. Yeah. There's like 17 of you here. That's enough for me to have an opinion and have it care. Just a little mix video. I actually kind of like doing these back in the day a little bit. I just literally, we're just kind of out getting swings in, didn't really have anything to review, or maybe just kind of getting a handful of swings. Sometimes I don't review a bat right away. I'll get a handful of swings on it just to get a feel for it, and then kind of go from there. And I would just throw all these swings together. I would film it anyway, and then throw all these swings together into just a little montage like a little montage video of like a little bit of everything. I'm looking for this Rush 120. Let's see. Here we go. What's this? That's the wanted ASA.
Much better, huh? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, much better, huh? Oh, God.
Keep yelling at me for almost killing him. I loved this bat, dude. I love this bat so much. This was a Rawlings Rush 120. If I could find one of these to do a Throwback Thursday video on, I would do it in a heartbeat. Loved this thing. Actually got this bat given to me as a gift from a very good friend of mine. And it was kind of one of those things. He didn't need it. Kind of had it sitting around. I was in a little bit of a jam at the time, and I sold a lot of my stuff. And he's like, "Here, man." He's like, "You can have this. You can swing this." I was like, "Ah, what the hell? I'll swing it, give it a try." And because he actually gave it to me. He's like, "Sell this if you want." It's like, I'll sell my stuff and swing this. And dude, I fell in love with it. Absolutely fell in love with it. So to my understanding, I can't remember which way it went, but the Rawlings Rush series was a worth.
To support local restaurants. We've been to every.
If I remember correctly, it was a worth. It was one or the other. It was a worth inner shell and a Mikan outer barrel, or vice versa. It was whichever way it was flip flopped, is what they used to make the Rawlings bats. That was the rumor. I don't know if that's 100% true or not, but the Rush 120 and the Rush 98 were absolutely absurd. I had that Rush 120. Dude, that thing was so much fun. And then it just tragically died at BP one day. It'd been my BP bat for close to 2 winters almost. And I was finally like, what the hell? I'm going to take it out, put some swings on it today, have a little fun with it. And it unexpectedly broke. It had a lot of swings on it. It had like 3,000 swings on it, but it broke, and I was not expecting it. I was so sad. So sad. As a matter of fact, sitting here going through some of the old stuff. Let's see. I'll tell you that my favorite ball that I ever hit with that bat. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. So here we are, 2015 Snowball. This is mud and crap, and it was awful. But I'm going to tell you something. This bat was here to play. I think it was the bat was absurd. Did you see how I hit that ball? It was like, dude, it was unlimited home runs. I didn't want to walk, so I just I remember the swing. I just tomahawked at it. It was like high and inside. I was just like, well, I'm just going to drop my hands underneath it and just take a hack at it. That's how absurd that thing was. Oh, man. Out of there. Stand by. So yeah, that's dude, that bat was absolutely absurd. I love that thing so much. I was so sad when it broke. I was told myself I'd get another one and I never did. Philip, I play games on a laptop. It's a gaming laptop. It's got a, what is this? This is it's a Dell G7. It's got the fancy stuff. It's got a pretty kick-ass i7 and an RTX 2070. It's a unit. I actually bought it for editing videos, and it's nuts. It's nuts for editing videos. It's nice that I can kind of carry it and transport it and go to work and do that stuff, and like I can go to work and edit, and then come home and put the finishing touches on stuff. So it works out really well. I'm happy that I did that. Happy that I did this. I had beforehand. I had another gaming PC. What was it? It was an i5 8400 and a GTX 1060. I don't know if I'm going over anybody's head with the computer lingo or not. And I had that thing for quite a while. It was actually like the first big purchase I made for the channel. Was for editing videos, because all I had was like a dinosaur of a laptop, or a dinosaur of a laptop. So I bought the desktop, and that thing was a unit. Treated me very well. I still use it. It's still hooked up in the living room. I use it for when I want to game in there, and I think I'm going to, since I got this laptop, I haven't really had a need for the desktop, but I haven't decided. It's really not worth a whole lot if I sell it. So I think I'm just going to kind of use it as like a backup computer and kind of something to store some of my content on. So, I mean, it's got 3 gigs of memory on it, so why not try and use it, right? If it's not, it can't be worth it to, it's not really worth it to sell it. It'd probably be worth like $400 or $500, and that's not really worth it, considering, not that I don't want to lose money on it or anything. I got my money's worth out of it, but it's just not worth the hassle of trying to sell it for that. So I'll just hang on to it and find a use for it. And yeah, it is a beefy laptop, dude. It means business. I mean, it runs Warzone. Warzone is a very graphically demanding game, and you can run Warzone at just a clip over 100 frames in certain situations. I'm very happy with it from a gaming aspect. I mean, sure, it's I play games on it, but like I said, at the end of the day, I bought it to edit with, and it's an absolute unit to edit with. It just, coincidentally enough, happens to be good for video games too, and that's why I'm going to stream here in a little bit. Twitch at the BP Hero. We'll call it the podcast after party. So yeah, Panda, I did see the Anarchy 240 bat videos that Will made, and yeah, they did make some changes to compete with the market. I thought their U-Trip stuff was good, not great before. Performance-wise, it seemed fine. It just the feel and the feedback just didn't blow me away. Everything from them is always super, super inloaded, which isn't bad. But if you don't like inload, then that's kind of a hang up a little bit for some people. But their 240s are apparently no joke. But I do know that I would be interested to see, for those that haven't seen Will's video at the Slow Pitch Bat Bros, I'm assuming you have, because the dude's got like a bajillion subscribers. He swung those bats. They were failing compression. I would be interested to see how much longer after the fact that they failed compression and didn't break. So some of the idea behind the 240 stamp as well is bats won't get like down into the, like right now, I mean, I've got a couple of U-Trip bats that have just got a ton of swings on them. They're testing like the 160, 170 range when the pass-fail line is 220. I mean, you stop and think 220 is pass-fail, and you've got stuff in the 160, 170 range, and it can get down there and stay there for a little bit. That's just nuts. It's absolutely insane. And places that you can swing those, it's nuts. And, morally speaking, whatever, some people, oh, you're cheating if you're swinging that. I mean, dude, I guarantee you that so many people are swinging bats that fail compression just out of not knowing. There's nothing against it. Swing the hottest thing you can get your freaking hands on. And I would be interested to see when those break, because these 240s aren't supposed to get down. From what I understand, 200 is like about the bottom shelf form as far as like how low they'll get before they break, and that's still 40 pounds under compression. So it would be like a 220 bat getting down to 180, but the 220 bat gets down to 180 and hangs out there for a while. The 240 bat will get down to 200 and break very shortly after, to my understanding. Do not have any 2021 bats in yet, but I'm hoping very soon. Yeah, CJ, that could be part of the reason that people don't like the Anarchy stuff. Is it's not a Worth, it's not a Mikan, it's not an Easton. It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't sound like it or anything else. And like I said, maybe that's why I didn't care for it. I don't know. I don't think it was. It just, the feedback was just, at times it just felt very dull to me, was really the best way to put it. I don't know. I couldn't pinpoint quite why. But, I mean, you could see a ball just absolutely rocket off of it and think like, well, that felt like the ball that, I just missed and went, 260 feet, and the ball just went 340, What were you swinging on Saturday, CJ? I meant to ask you, and I didn't get a chance to catch up with you. Yeah, Adam. The guys that bark the loudest are definitely sometimes the ones that are cheating. In the South, everybody's cheating though, and don't take that the wrong way. Anybody that's in the South, but man, it's if you know what I'm talking about, you know. If you know, it's one of those things. If you know, you know. Man, it's everywhere, especially in like non-sanctioned stuff. It's crazy. Okay, see, we're swinging the Anarchy. I couldn't tell what it was. But I'll tell you what, guys. I think I've bored you to death long enough. Like I said, this is kind of a impromptu podcast. But I'll be ready and prepared for you next week. I'm not going to do this to you 2 weeks in a row. 3 weeks in a row, I should say, because I did it to you 2 weeks in a row. So I'm going to run to the post office. If you want to come over and hang out and chill out, we can, carry this conversation over to there. Or I'll literally talk about anything anybody wants to talk about. I'll be on Twitch at the BP Hero in probably about 30-ish minutes. Literally, all I got to do is run to the post office, throw a couple bats in there, and I'll be headed back home to get on and play some Warzone. See if we can't find somebody to play with. If anybody's at home today and wants to play, shoot me a message on the Facebook page or Instagram. We can hook up, get a few games in before I got to go to bed. We'll figure something out. And yes, Mike, thank you for bringing that up. I meant to bring that up. Shirt orders are just about done. They had to order my supplier had to order just a couple more of a certain size and color of shirt, and then everything will be shipped to me, and they'll be hitting the mail very soon. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, one thing I'm going to put in next week's podcast, so I'm sitting here thinking about it. I'm going to write it down. I'll ask you guys, and I'll ask again next week. So I was thinking about trying to stock shirts. Try to keep, a certain color or style of shirt on hand. And I just don't know that I want to sit on that money until they all sell. Like I kind of did the same thing with the hats. Sometimes the hats sell really fast, and other times I can't hardly give them away. So I got a big old order of hats. I mean, I'm still sitting on a lot of them. So that kind of got me thinking, though, what if we just did like a shirt buy-in? What if we just did a different shirt buy-in every month? Like whether it be a new design or something new. Maybe 1 month we could do like a custom headbanger full dye. Maybe the next month it'd just be some more BP Hero shirts. Just like do a monthly buy-in and do it that way. I know, like I said, I hate doing the buy-ins and collecting people's money and doing that kind of thing. But if it's a good way to get you guys shirts and you like doing that, I mean, why not? We can, go the full dye route for one, be like, I think full dyes are like $30. We can literally customize it and have it say anything we want to, look any way we want to. And then maybe the next month do something cheaper. I did cotton t-shirts. Not everything has to be, full dye subbed out and just crazy looking, and, just do a cotton t-shirt with a screen print on it. Something nice and clean and simple. So maybe we could do that one month, just something to kind of mix it up a little bit. Adam likes fuchsia colored shirts. I'll keep that in mind. But ponder on that, follow back up next week and see what we can't get going. Maybe we'll get us kind of start doing that instead of me sitting on $400 worth of t-shirts waiting for them to all sell. We could just, order a handful of t-shirts at a time and kind of rock and roll from there. But I'm going to go get this stuff shipped off. I encourage you to come over and hang out. Twitch at the BP Hero, about a half hour. And I'll see you guys in. Thanks for stopping in. Like I said, again, sorry for the kind of scatterbrained, caught with our pants down podcast. We're going to do better next time. Swing hard in case you hit it. See you in a little bit.